Okay, we're focusing on SAT practice. These are no calculator allowed questions. It says in the equation above, what is the value for x? So I need to simplify the left side first and simplify the right side. So I have 3x, 1x, 1x, and 1x. That makes 6x and minus 5. And then I have 7 plus 2x. So I'm going to solve this equation by getting my x's on one side and my constants on another side. I could add 5 to both sides. When I do that, I get 6x is equal to 12 plus 2x. And I'm going to move my x's over by subtracting the 2x. I get 4x is equal to 12. X can get by itself if I divide by 4. So x is equal to 3. Choice D. Number 2, the graph above shows the distance traveled d in feet by a product on a conveyor belt m minutes after the product is placed on the belt. Which of the following equations correctly relates d and m? We focused on equations of lines being in y equals mx plus b form, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. On this graph, we have a y-intercept of 0, so I know my b value is 0. My slope I can get by counting from any of these points. I go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So my slope is 2 over 1, which is just 2. Oops, and then since I have plus 0, it's just going to be 2x. Now, these don't have x's and y's in it. They have d's and m's. If I notice, this is the x-axis right here. So the m is like the x. So I'm going to replace that with an m. The d is on the y-axis. So I'm going to replace the y with a d. d equals 2m. That's choice A. Okay, for my next problem, we have a formula. If we read through this, it tells us what each variable stands for. It says, which of the following correctly gives P in terms of OE and M? That means I want P by itself. If I want P by itself, I have to undo everything that's being done to P. P is being divided by 6. So in order to cancel that out, I would multiply by 6. This 6 and this 6 cancel each other out. So I have 6E equals O plus 4M plus P. If I want to get P by itself, I'd have to take away these other terms. So I'm going to take away O. I can't put these together, so it's just going to be 6E minus O. And then I have to take away the 4M. When I take away the 4M, I can't put it together because there's no like terms, so I just write it next to it. So this is my expression. It matches choice A. Number 5, we have the width of a rectangular dance floor. So let's draw a rectangle. The width is W. When you have a rectangle, it's the same on opposite sides. The length of the floor is 6 feet longer than its width. 6 feet longer than means I'm going to have to add 6. So my width plus 6. And then which of the following expresses the perimeter? Perimeter means add all the sides. Okay, which of the following expresses the perimeter of the dance floor? So if I have to add up everything, W plus W plus W plus 6 plus W plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4W plus 6 and 6 makes 12. So 4W plus 12. The next question. This is one of those problems where it would be helpful to pick some numbers. It says if 2A over B equals 1/2, what is the value of B over A? So we're going to pick some numbers. What is something that would equal 1/2? Well, 4 over 8 is 1/2. So if I said 4 over 8 is 2 over B, that would mean 8 has to be B, And if 4 is in the spot of 2a, a would have to be 2. If I want b over a, I would put 8 over 2 and I get 4. Now, why did I randomly pick those numbers? I picked something that made 1/2. I could have picked 6 and 12. That makes 1/2. If I picked 6 and 12, 12 would be b, and a would have to be 3 because I need the top to be 6. If I did that and I did b over a, it's still 12 over 3, which is 4. So as long as you pick two numbers that make 1/2, it's going to work. But that's just a strategy to use. Okay, even numbers are a lot of times easier to use than odds because I'm dealing with a half. You can take half of even numbers. Okay, that's why I didn't pick like 3 over 6 because I would have to deal with an odd number.